So Caroline Dubois had an interview and she had a lot to say. So let's explore 7 ideas to reveal some perspective. Idea number 1. Everyone knows, according to Caroline, that Alicia holds a world title, but Caroline Dubois just revealed why that title was built on avoidance, not dominance. Now, apologies, I can never say Alicia's surname, so my apologies for that. But is the premise to this statement true? Is it built on avoidance rather than dominance? And it appears to me that Caroline Dubois, she is really trying to get attention, and that's what she is supposed to do. Of course, additional to this, Caroline Dubois has pedigree in the ring. The marketing and the virality needs to be strong to attract a big name like Alicia, and being managed by MVP could boost her virality in a major way. But there's a question, and that question is, will MVP give Caroline Dubois the promotion necessary to transform her career? Now, the second idea is that the Alycia negotiation collapsed over money. According to Caroline Dubois, it was astronomically ridiculous, the amount that was requested. I guess from my perspective, I want to know, what was this astronomical, ridiculous amount? What was that demand? As we know, unfortunately, female boxing is economically, how can I put this? There is less money in female boxing than there is in male boxing. So an astronomical demand seems a very curious thing. Also, it would be nice to get Alicia's perspective on this. Was it just the economical demand, or were there other parts of the negotiation that were fractured? And then the third idea is that Caroline Dubois' interpretation of Alicia's no-show at the press conference wasn't a scheduling conflict. According to her, it was a calculated retreat from a fighter she knows exposes her. Now, Alicia probably doesn't want to give the publicity. The British market is a very strong market, so the question is why? Well, as we're going to explore, Caroline Dubois has made a relocation. And like I said, considering how strong the British market is, I question whether that's a good move. The Alicia fight is promotion. But from a marketing perspective, Alicia may be the A-side. She may be the more viral fighter. If that's the case, Alicia may not want to associate herself with Caroline Dubois because she doesn't want to give her the attention. Because clearly, Caroline Dubois is trying to generate attention. She's trying to build her brand. And she's partly trying to build her brand off the quote-unquote beef with Alicia. Now, the fourth idea is really interesting, which is the Shane McGuigan split. Shane McGuigan, from my perspective, is a high-level trainer. So why did they split? Was it a clash in personalities? Or possibly, could Shane not relocate to America? I suspect that Shane may not have been able to relocate to America due to his commitments. However, that premise could be incorrect. Maybe there was a personality clash. Maybe the training styles clashed, which would be strange because they've been training for a while. And I think that Shane McGuigan has done a really good job in building Caroline Dubois. Maybe Caroline Dubois was not happy with the preparation or hasn't been happy with her evolution. This is a big risk. And from an outsider looking in, this could be a really bad move or a really good move. Maybe the transition to MVP, maybe the way she's looking at it is that MVP is the marketing tool that she needs to transcend her career. And the fifth idea is that the moving to Manny Nobles or Manny Robles in America isn't just a training upgrade. It's evidence that Caroline Dubois is building a different animal, while according to her, Alicia keeps running. When you think about Alicia versus Caroline, first question is who's taking the bigger risk and who is the A-side? Many, I think, would argue that Alicia's taking the bigger risk and she is the A-side. Therefore, for Caroline to attract this fight, She needs to deliver viral moments in the ring. She needs to create a context where the fans crave for the fight, where Alicia has to acknowledge her, and then that will likely force negotiations because the fight economically and culturally will get bigger. From Caroline Dubois, the talking is good, but it needs to be supplemented with entertainment in the ring. Now, the sixth idea is that Caroline Dubois publicly cited Alicia's drug history and cherry-picked opponents and silence on relevant names. Clearly, Caroline is making an intense effort to try and build this rivalry. But she needs Alicia to engage. Female boxing, from a political standpoint, female boxing may need this fight, or it needs not just a big fight, it needs many big fights. MVP, they have the machine to build female boxing. We need fights, or we need female boxing matches to captivate not just the imagination of the boxing fan, but also the casual boxing fan. And the seventh idea is that the clock is ticking. Serrano has declared this her final year, meaning Alicia, according to Caroline Dubois, her last shield is expiring and Caroline Dubois is waiting. I think the whole point here is that Caroline Dubois needs to create enough excitement in the ring to be able to force this fight to happen. Because if this fight has the potential to make millions, I'm pretty sure that Alicia will engage. But like I said, there needs to be virality. I think her performances outside the ring are good. She's good at talking. And I think the performances in the ring are good, but they may not be the dominating, entertaining performances needed to draw in a big name like Alicia. So I think that Caroline needs to keep up with the marketing campaign, but she also needs those exciting performances. This is a really unfortunate position where sometimes a win is not enough. It's not the currency of the win, it's the currency of the way you win. And of course, when you roll the dice on being entertaining, you roll the dice on increasing the window of being defeated. So it's a very, I would say it's a dangerous place to be in for Caroline Dubois. So let's wrap this up with 5 questions. Number 1, is Caroline Dubois using controversy to build the biggest fight of her career? To me, I think the answer is yes, and that is the right thing to do. Alicia is the money. That is the big money fight. Potentially, that is a big money fight. And I think it's up to Caroline Dubois to build that fight, and she needs to continue to do that. Question number 2, was Alicia press conference absence a strategic decision or simply good business? If Alicia is not interested in giving Caroline Dubois attention, then perhaps that is a good decision. Of course, there could be other variables that we're not aware of, but simply, if you're not interested in a fighter, or maybe you're looking to go a different direction, then avoiding them can be a good strategy. This doesn't suggest that she's scared of Caroline Dubois. Maybe she thinks the fight doesn't have the economic or cultural impact that's necessary for her to engage with it. Question number 3, will moving to Manny Robles transform Caroline Dubois into a world champion? That's hard to say. I think Manny Robles trained Andy Ruiz, so clearly he's a trainer that has credibility. Is he a better trainer than Shane McGuigan? That might be the wrong question. Is his training style better suited to Caroline Dubois? That might be the better question, and I guess only time will tell. And finally, question 5, with Amanda Serrano nearing retirement, is Alicia running out of reasons to avoid Caroline Dubois? I guess the premise there is that she's avoiding Caroline Dubois. I'm not sure if that's true. I think the MVP machine is a very good one, and they will try to build the storyline, build the narrative, and try to ignite the fight so it has the biggest cultural and economic potential. So that's the end of the video. Now I'm trying to build a digital boxing community, and that means I'm interested in your thoughts, I'm interested in your perspectives, and I'm interested in your observations. Now, if you want to support the channel, press like, hype, and subscribe. And if you want to watch more content like this, then simply click here or click here. As always, thanks for your time. It is much appreciated.